Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk, a discussion about all things automotive. I'm Corey.
And I'm Matt. And each week this podcast will serve as a catalyst for discussion on all sorts of topics that grind our gears, rev our engines, or just need a bit more conversation.
And this week, we make good on some promises Matt has been making on social media, and we finally reveal this mystery vehicle that has joined the Garage Talk garage, so to speak. I mean, we're kind of spread apart by a few miles, but
A couple.
the figurative Garage Talk garage.
Right, exactly.
And if you want to know any more about what we're doing or what we're into, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are all at GT Garage Talk. Or you can head over to our website, gtgaragetalk.com, and find out more about your hosts, more about what we're into, as well as the latest automotive news. Ain't that right, Matt?
That's it.
So, why don't we just go ahead and dive right on into it, Matt?
We can't tell them yet.
We got to string them along a little bit?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like a good fishing story, you know?
Right. I mean, because...
The big build-up?
Exactly. You know, I can tell you I have had people texting me from the instant that I posted the video on Tuesday, asking me what the vehicle was, asking for inside information, asking for all kinds of things. Some of you, I apologize.
Others, not so much?
Because I have led you on to believe it is something that it is not. So we can do this a couple ways if you'd like. We can give some facts and figures about this vehicle.
How about I quiz you a little bit on it, and we go into it that way?
Just understand that I have, as of the release of this episode, I've had the car maybe 48 hours.
As of this recording, you are not in the vehicle.
Currently, I don't yet own the vehicle.
And you have said car. Was that a slip-up, or was that akin to a meme that you've shared that all vehicles are cars, just like all facial tissues are Kleenex, or all carbonated soft drinks are Cokes?
Exactly. Something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so for those of you that this is completely left field for you, and you don't follow us on Facebook or like us on Facebook, whatever.
Shame on you.
The correct,
first of all.
Yes, whatever the correct term is. I think it's like us on Facebook, follow us everywhere else. Matt posted a Facebook Live Tuesday night, standing in front of his beloved Ford F-150 with that wonderful, wonderful engine you love so much.
Oh, yes, yes.
That is a constant pain for you. And announced to the Garage Talk faithful that it is departing and
it is
leaving the family. Do we have a sad button over there anywhere?
We do somewhere on here. Yeah. Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Oh.
No.
That's
there we go.
Yeah. So the beloved Ford F-150 is going away and has been replaced by, as of yet to you, our listeners, a mystery vehicle. Yes. And so Matt and I are going to have a little fun. I am the one person privy to this information outside the family, and I'm going to fish the information out of you just a little bit over the next few minutes. And
right.
If you would like to play along with us as we go, shoot us your guesses on social media before getting to the final reveal. It's a fun game we could play. So
it is.
Every week I put up a teaser image for the episode. Be sure to leave your comments. Be honest here, people. Leave your comments before you hear the final reveal of what it is.
Right.
We'll just we'll see what the thought process is behind some of the Garage Talk faithful.
Yeah, we should definitely do one of those classic clickbait video pictures with the blacked out vehicle.
Trust
with me
me,
standing
I'm already
in front.
working on how to do it.
Good deal.
I am not by any means a whiz with Photoshop, but yes, I am already working on
We're figuring
how
that
that's
out.
going to happen. Yes.
Good. Well, before we jump in, if you don't mind, I'd like to take just a moment of silence for the old F-150.
You and these buttons, Matt. The soundboard may be the best or worst thing that has happened
fantastic.
to this channel.
It's wonderful, and you know it.
So, let's start off with an easy one.
Okay.
You alluded to a few things in Tuesday night's Facebook Live video. So you said it is actually 4 wheels.
It is, so it's not a motorcycle.
Right. For many people, that's just a given. For those of you who listened to last week's episode, one of our lightning round, our random misfire questions for our special guest that week, which was my wife, was 2 wheels or 4. And it was hands down without a question. Like, she didn't have to think about it after she understood what it was. Because it just, what? Why 2 wheels? For some people, it's not even a thought process. So, all right. So we've got 4 wheels.
Yep.
Let's see. What else did you tease? # save the manuals.
Absolutely.
I very much appreciate that one.
Absolutely. That was kind of a non-negotiable.
Okay.
Necessarily. I knew that if I was going to trade my truck, that whatever I got would have to have a manual transmission.
Right.
I miss it so badly.
It is so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm even looking forward to driving it in traffic. Genuinely looking forward to having a manual transmission again.
We don't live anywhere, air quotes, near Austin, but if we did, I don't think you would be making that same statement.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We are coming up on the holiday season, and Tyler, Texas does get a little crazy as holiday shopping picks up. So you may be regretting that just a little, but we shall see.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we'll get full reports on mistake or not as we go down the road.
At the moment, I'm just stoked.
I would hope so.
Excited.
I would hope so, because it's a big shift.
It is. No pun intended.
Yes. I totally meant that.
Okay, all right. Just checking.
What was the third bit of information on that one, Matt?
I'm unoriginal.
Okay,
because it's white.
Yes, it is white.
Which, I mean...
It is the most popular automotive color out there.
It is.
Followed closely by my vehicle color of choice, which I did not pick this one, but it's black.
It's black.
Between the two of us, we're very unoriginal when it comes to our car colors.
Yeah. And I will say, I mean, your car, you bought it new.
Right.
And so you had a little more of an option to choose than I would have necessarily.
Right.
But this deal just kind of fell in my lap.
So explain how this came about in the first place without giving too much away.
Well, okay. I am a perpetual automotive shopper.
Same.
And there is a difference between shopping and buying.
Correct.
Should we clarify that? Like,
go ahead.
Shopping is walking into big box store X, Y, or Z, or all 3, and getting a buggy, walking around the store for 2 hours, and leaving with nothing.
Right.
That's shopping.
Right.
Buying, on the other hand,
transaction of money.
Right, yeah. Not even picking up the buggy because you're going into the store because you know what you want. You're going to buy it. You're not going to shop. I am forever shopping for all things automotive.
So because you say that, I am going to pull up right now on the fly and see how many favorites I have on my Auto Trader app as we speak currently. Because
you're on Auto Trader.
Yes.
I'm on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. Like, it's...
So let's see. We've got a Ram 1500. Let's see, another Ram 1500, a Sierra 1500, a Silverado Trail Boss, another Trail Boss, an 02 Camaro SS Anniversary Edition, Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawk, Jeep Grand Cherokee Trailhawk, Ram 1500. Do you see any patterns here?
Yeah.
Ram 1500, Jeep Wrangler, Trail Boss, Ram 1500, and another 02 Camaro. So I've got 20 cars saved.
Awesome.
Just for fun.
At the drop of a hat.
Have no intention of buying any of them, especially the 2 Camaros, because apparently that is a hard pass from the wife.
Yep.
Just go listen to last week's episode.
Yeah.
You'll understand completely. She makes a valid point. So
I'll run down my list real quick to give you kind of an idea. So you're looking at newer or new stuff.
So the Jeep that my wife and I currently have, we bought used and got an amazing deal on it. And like I said, I've been looking for as good of a deal on anything since and haven't found it. So it was just meant to be at the right time. Most of what I ran down, except for the Camaros and the Jeep Grand Cherokees, were brand new vehicles.
Brand new.
Again, no intention to purchase.
Right. Oh,
just keeping my eye on them, seeing what the market does, especially with the trucks. I mentioned there were some Silverados and Sierras and Ram 1500s on there. Just kind of keeping an eye on what the full-size market is doing and what the MSRP is.
No Fords, though, I notice. You don't have any.
No. No need for fixer repair dailies.
Right, okay. That's fine. That's all right. It's okay. Because of my fixer repair daily.
Yes. Which you do.
I kind of I have been looking, and I've had kind of a general price range of what I've been looking for, primarily with the intent to trade, just straight across anything I can do to get me maybe some better mileage, something a little more interesting.
Yep.
And that was a big one too, right? With us doing the podcast, I wanted something that would be
of interest to the automotive community.
Most people.
That has influenced. So I ran down my Auto Trader list. That is not all the vehicles that I am keeping an eye on. That's just when I'm bored.
You're gonna
scrolling through. Yeah.
But, no. So these are just my saved. Right. Okay. So I'll skip like the firewood $50 a load and the scallop potatoes videos.
Yeah.
I'll just stick to the auto
we
side
appreciate
of things. It. Yeah. The first one on the list, 01 V6 Mustang.
What?
$1,800.
Oh wow.
Yeah, kind of hard to beat for the money.
Yeah.
Next on the list, 1991 Nissan Pulsar GTI R. And I clicked on it before I saw the price tag. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have clicked on it at all. $12,500 for that particular vehicle. 06 Cobalt SS, 92 Ford Thunderbird.
Whoa. That's an interesting one for you. Never would have pegged you for
a Cobalt?
Yeah. Huh.
I go back to the fuel consumption side of things. My truck, in its current state, most days gets about 10 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
So I could buy like an Excursion and it would be an improvement in the mileage. Right. 4-wheel drive, big V8.
Very top heavy.
Very top heavy, just bigger tires, lift kit, all that good stuff. So yeah, the small car segment was one that I was keeping an eye on. But again, not just a Cobalt, but this one's the supercharged coupe.
I mean, I've got a turbo Chevy with a manual that we could have worked something out on.
You do, absolutely, you do.
Anyway, continue.
92 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe, a turbocharged vehicle also. 05 Volkswagen New Beetle. It was only $1,000, so that was the 92 Jeep Cherokee Sport Utility.
Okay.
03 Honda Element.
Interesting.
It's got a manual.
Hey-o.
See?
Speed.
So,
and it's got that really weird, isn't it like a crooked shifter coming out of the dash almost?
Yeah, it's actually mounted to the dash, so it would be an odd pattern, I'm sure. Like almost up and down with the shifting instead of forward and backward. But another Element, an 06 Dodge Magnum.
Okay.
SRT 8.
Nice.
With a manual transmission swap.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. 1980 Toyota Corolla Coupe.
Man, you go way out there on that one.
Hold on. 1973 Pontiac Grand Safari.
Holy cow, dude.
In two-tone.
Again, this is your shopping list, not your buying list.
In two-tone yellow and green.
Oh, man.
I have never seen a bubble butt like this one. It's spectacular.
That is something.
It truly is
something.
Anyway, so there's a bunch of Wranglers on here. There's a Lancer on here, Honda Accord, Trailblazer.
Wait, there's some Wranglers on there, Mister. I'm wearing a Team Bronco shirt right now.
Yeah, there's some Wranglers on here.
All right.
Because they hold their value very well.
They do.
And in a year or like 30 from now, when I'm able to afford a Bronco, I want something that's going to hold its value where I can, or at least that was my thought process.
Yeah.
There is a bright purple Dodge Charger on here.
Nice.
I don't know that I could have pulled that one off, but
I probably could have.
92 Ford Bronco, 92 Jeep Wrangler.
So you're kind of all across the board there.
Yeah.
I had a little more consistency to my list, but
Right.
so
I'm genuinely looking for something, or was looking
Yeah.
for something that was interesting, that was fun, that was intriguing. So,
all right. So going back to what you actually landed on,
right,
that kind of gives us an idea that it could be anything.
basically,
because
yeah,
you
that
were
narrow it down.
way all over the board there. But you did allude to a few things while speaking. So fuel efficiency,
Yeah.
better or worse than your truck?
Oh, by far, 2.5 times better than my truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
You made an improvement in an area that matters.
Yes.
You also had mentioned you were seeking out something to straight swap. Is that how you managed to work this deal?
Yes, actually, my truck, the current values on my truck, Kelly Blue Book or NADA or any of the
Right.
has my truck in good or very good condition, up around $6,500 to $7,500.
Okay.
That's private party
Right.
sell price. Trade in on it is anywhere from 42 to
Yeah.
58, 62, somewhere.
You
in there.
really pay for the convenience when you're trading.
Oh,
in.
absolutely.
So-
yeah. So
Garage Talk, word to the wise. If you can, sell your vehicle outright. Don't
absolutely.
trade.
Yeah. For me, it worked out well because I went and looked at this car
Oh.
or truck
Oh, okay. Okay.
or SUV
Okay.
or no, it's not a motorcycle. I went and looked at this vehicle and talked with the dealer a little bit about it. It's a used car lot, obviously. With a truck that's worth $5,000, it was kind of hard to
Right.
buy something new. But he was asking $5,000 for the car, and it's only got 84,000 miles on it. It's got a manual transmission. It's got 4 doors,
Oh, we're finding out a little more here.
right? It seats 4 1/4 people.
So it's considerably smaller
Yes,
than a full-size truck.
much smaller. Yeah, my truck, 5 people very comfortably, 6
Right.
people doable for like a run to Dallas or
Right.
something like that. It's doable. I think we actually did that a time or two.
Yeah.
Grant sat in the middle seat. This one, it caught my eye. I don't know. It drew me in.
Yep.
Cars do that sometimes, and it wasn't the white paint. It wasn't the
No.
you know, and there's a little bit of a pearl to it.
Okay.
So only certain auto manufacturers did the pearl white paint.
Yeah.
So there's be another.
It's becoming more
minor,
and more of a,
It is a little
trend
more.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Definitely on the premium side of things.
Right. So it's a 2007,
Okay.
and the paint is probably the only thing premium about it. Cloth interior, manual seats. It does have air conditioning. It does have a radio.
Air conditioning's kind of a prerequisite here in Texas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
non-negotiable.
No window tint, although it's a white car, so it
Yeah.
won't be so bad. I think I've all but given away that it's car
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep saying car.
It's
so
been pretty hard for you to stay away from that one.
it has.
so.
It has. Although all vehicles are considered. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Beat that dead horse.
It's a 2007,
Okay.
so it's a year older than what my truck is. It's got 90,000 fewer miles on it than my truck does. So that's a huge plus. It gets around 25 miles to the gallon. It is longitudinally mounted. The engine is longitudinally mounted in the vehicle.
You're getting very deep for some
Yes,
of our audience here, Matt.
So,
I do.
longitudinally versus transversely mounted, right? Longitudinally would be along the length of the vehicle. Transversely would be turned sideways in the vehicle. So this one's mounted the right way.
Yes. For those, I have a front-wheel drive, front-engine car.
Right?
And so, Matt, that would be.
That would be a transverse setup.
So, Matt alluding to the fact that his is set up the correct way
Yes.
means it's got a little rear drive action going on.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's set up the right way.
So it's a rear drive car.
It is.
You say that weird. Why is it not?
Well, because it might also be a front wheel drive car.
Wait, whoa. Matt, what's going on here? Please enlighten us.
It's a 2007 Subaru,
Ah,
which 99% of Subarus are all-wheel drive.
Correct.
So it's kind of four-wheel drive. So, one four-wheel drive white four-door vehicle to another four-wheel drive white four-door. There's similarities there.
Yes. So we're peeling back the onion. We know
Right.
the year, the make.
It is not a wagon. There are hopped-up versions of this car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mine is not.
You're getting really... Our savvy listeners have probably figured it out by this
Yeah, I think
point.
so. So it's a 2007 Subaru Impreza.
Nice.
2.5, flat four, longitudinally mounted, all-wheel drive, manual transmission, simple A to B car.
Not a WRX.
Not a WRX, not an STI. Just a nice, simple,
everyday
kind of car.
I do believe going from your F-150, it's going to take a little bit of adjustment.
It's going to take a lot of adjustment.
I will say, so I gradually stepped down from my 07 Silverado when I had it, because I got so used to driving that around for so long that when I rode in a passenger car,
Right.
I would get car sick just because I felt too low to the ground. It just did not feel right. I gradually stepped down. I got my Equinox, which crossover. It's not really sport utility. It's a tall car.
Yeah.
But it's a tall car. And then from there, I went just back down to dragging my butt on the ground with my Camaro.
Right.
But there was no way I could have made
But
leap without that Equinox in between, because
Right.
the Equinox allowed me to kind of adjust to being so low to the ground again that I could go full sports car.
Well, the Camaro was a bigger car too, so there was a lot of it to kind of help with that feel of being in something larger.
So when I was 15 years old, learning to drive, we have a driving school here in town that after the class portion was over, you did several driving stints. You had the instructor sitting next to you, and there was another student in the back seat, and you switched halfway through. I remember the first time I was paired up with somebody from my actual class session time, and she was used to driving a Chevy Suburban. That was her family's all around town.
Right.
And that's what she was used to driving. Well, this driving school had a bunch of Kia Fortes and small, like, Toyota Corollas. I can't remember which we were in, but it was a small four-door car. And I cannot tell you how many times she swung that thing so wide, turning as if she were driving the big Chevy Suburban that she was so used to.
Right.
I remember turning onto the loop in the back seat, just holding on for dear life because she just turned so wide. I was like, we're not going to make it. And then she turned off the loop into oncoming traffic. And whew. So,
wow.
Yeah, I do believe you've got enough driving experience that you won't.
I can handle it.
Yeah, you won't be making those mistakes, but it is going to be a big adjustment for you.
I mean, my truck, the 08 F-150, my wife has a 12 Pilot, which is a good sized vehicle. Yep. I drive 40-foot yellow boxes 5 days a week. So yeah, going to a small car is going to be an adjustment. But I'm really looking forward to it. I took the car out for a test drive today, the day we're recording. Ran it around. I mean, picked up the clutch feel almost instantly, like I had never left one. It was beautiful.
Much more fun getting around town, right?
Oh my goodness, yes. Ran it around, went down a little windy back road, cut across to the highway, wound it up. It's a moving little car. It's a lot of fun.
Got a whole lot less weight to lug around with.
A whole lot less weight, yeah. I've got the curb weight pulled up somewhere between 2,900 and 3,200 pounds versus the 6,500 pounds that my truck weighed. So, yeah, it'll be a big difference.
A little more nimble, too.
Much.
Without the roof rack on the back and extra weight of the tires sitting up there.
The all-wheel drive is going to be something to get used to, though, I think, because, I mean, my truck's four-wheel drive, but I very, very rarely have it in four-wheel drive. Matter of fact, the road that I live off of turns out onto Highway 110, And where it turns out onto that road, it's a road that I take most mornings.
Right.
And when it's wet, it is slick.
Yeah.
So the past couple of times it's been just wet, raining. I reached over, kicked my truck in 4 high, and pull out. And, man, not a lick of slippage at all. I can get right up to speed, kick it out of 4-wheel drive, and go on into work. It's great. I'm curious to see
how this handles that.
How the Subaru is going to handle it. I've already noticed a lot of similarities between it and my wife's Camry.
Oh, yeah.
And between it and my 2000 Civic.
Okay.
The blinker indicator
right.
arm, the turn signal selector.
Yes. That thing most people don't use.
Right,
yes.
yeah. Is like, I think you could have pulled it out of a Camry and put it in the Subaru and nobody would have known the difference.
Yeah.
Like, almost identical.
It just feels
very
familiar.
The feel is there, the size, the shape, it's got the headlight control in it. Everything is almost identical. It's hilarious. It's very intuitive on the cruise control. I didn't even hardly look at it. I just saw where it was. I hit the button and set it and set it. Everything about it feels good. Everything about it feels right. And yes, I know, for those of you who are yelling at their phone or laptop or whatever it is, disturbing your coworkers who are sitting at desks around you right now. Yes, I know Subarus have head gasket issues. Yeah. I know. I'm going from one on the verge of being a lemon vehicle to potentially another. But it is not the turbo version. It has been very well taken care of.
Yeah.
It's in great shape except for a little bit of road rash down both fenders.
Okay.
It's a little beat up on the outside. But new timing belt.
Yeah.
New left rear hub, which correlates with the rubs on the side of the car. So I'm thinking there may be something a little more there. But
a hidden story that perhaps could reveal itself at a later date?
It could. I don't know what that is, but whoever owns this car, feel free. If you want to come on and tell us a story of why your car has this huge bash down the side of it.
Hopefully it's not like some of Spencer's stories from The Good, the Bad, and the Crazy, if you want to go back and listen to that episode.
Not quite that bad, but yeah, so a new left rear hub, a new timing belt, and they did an oil change on it, and it's
good to go.
Tight as can be. It shifts great. It rides out nice.
All right.
Handles well.
So now that we've got it out in the air,
right?
You, our listeners, can tell us how many of y'all actually got it right before it was announced.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I'm very anxious to see. So go on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, comment what you thought it was prior to the announcement, and let us know.
Let us know if you got it right.
We do want to hear those guesses, those thoughts, those comments. Now that is out in the open, I want to ask you some questions. Maybe peel into your psyche a little bit on this one. So you are not a car naming person per se.
Right. I knew you were going to ask me this.
Have you given thought to whether the Subi would have a name?
Yes, I have given it thought.
Okay.
It was about 6 or 8 seconds worth after I got home this evening.
So some real legitimate ponderings.
Right. Not just a fleeting thought, but like probably my wife would tell you that this is a long time for me to think about any one thing at a time. So my truck's name is Mjolnir.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I want to find... I definitely want to give... her
okay.
a chance to show her personality.
It's like naming a puppy.
We'll, you know... Yeah.
So,
similar.
Along those lines... you have more experience buying used vehicles than I do. Most of my vehicles have been new vehicles. So when it came to naming them, I was the first to name them. Granted, I'd traded them all in at dealerships, so it's not like it was going to its new owner and I could be like, oh, hey, her name is Scarlett, or her name is Sarah Jo, or anything like that.
Right.
It's not like passing off an animal that will respond to you when you call it by name.
Right.
But kind of makes for an interesting question. If you buy a used vehicle that someone else has named and loved over the years, would it be interesting to meet former
absolutely.
owner and be like, oh yeah, this is so and so, and she or he is like this, and this is their personality.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
That would be an incredible conversation. I will say, like, I would appreciate it as the situation being addressed in this way. Like, this is what I have called her or
Right.
him.
Right. Or
These
it.
are some of the quirks that he or she has. Like, those are the types of things that I would enjoy hearing
Yeah.
about. This dent is here because I was acting stupid when I was 16, and whatever the story is. But
So yeah, I still see Sarah Joe, my truck, around town occasionally, and I actually have in perfect mint condition the spare set of keys and the key fob that if I ever had on my person at the time that I saw it, I would be like, hey, I know this used to be my truck. I know because I did these modifications.
creeper.
And, oh, by the way, here's a great value to you because those things ain't cheap.
Oh yeah, no, they are.
And, be able to share a little bit of the story. I'm wondering, our listeners can chime in on this one. Would it be weird if someone approached you and been just out of the blue and, oh yeah, that used to be my vehicle. I had it from these years to these years, and I did this and had all these crazy stories in it. Would you appreciate that, or is ignorance bliss when it comes to that? You've already alluded that you would like to know.
I think I would enjoy that conversation. I think it would freak me out if somebody walked up with a key fob to my truck and unlocked it and
I have had several dreams that I've seen it sitting around town, and I said, you know what, I'm tired of my cruise. I want my truck back, and
just leave the cruise there with the key in the seat.
Be like, even swap.
Right? Yeah.
I'm sure they would find me. They both have OnStar. Even if it's not active, they'd probably find it.
Probably so.
And
yeah.
like I said, I see it around town, so our paths do overlap
Right.
occasionally.
Right.
So it would be an interesting experience, that's for sure.
Kind of a rundown. Estimated 23 city, 28 highway on the mileage.
You're going to like that a lot.
Yeah,
So,
it's going to be wonderful.
on those same lines, you and I were both up here just a couple days ago. We're taking some pictures and doing some stuff for Garage Talk and our website, and some future projects that will become very apparent to all our listeners very soon.
Very soon.
And on the way home, I had to get gas.
Yeah.
I am currently blessed to be able to do my day job, work from home, so I'm not traveling a lot for work. But I still do travel around.
Yeah.
Take my vehicle, make sure, put some miles on it, and
Keep the battery up.
keep the battery up, keep it moving. So she still gets driven around.
Right.
And I looked on my app because I do ExxonMobil and Apple Pay, and it had been 2 entire months, or just a couple days shy of 2 months since I had filled up.
Probably 60 days or
Yes.
really close to right
Yes. So between the incredible fuel efficiency of my vehicle, which over the last 50 miles, I've kind of been driving it a little bit harder, and I did a lot of stop and go a couple weeks ago. I'm getting 28 MBG, which isn't like outstanding, but that's really low for me.
at. Right.
So between that and the fact that I'm barely driving to go 2 months without a fill up,
Oh, yeah.
you're not going to know what to do with it.
Yeah, I'm putting $60 worth of fuel in my truck every, 10 days.
Yeah.
So,
So you just got a pay raise, essentially.
basically, yeah, it's definitely going to be a big difference. So, 25, basically 25 combined. 23
Right.
city, 28 highway. Bogey, the shout-out's for you. I took 4 cylinders away, okay? 2.5 liter, and it's a flat 4, so going back to my roots.
Yeah.
Going back to, it's not air-cooled, but it's a flat 4. It's a boxer style 4-cylinder. I did notice, because I started watching some YouTube reviews and stuff like that this afternoon, it is not, the firing order's got to be different, because the 2 pistons on the Volkswagen engine
Mm-hmm.
follow each other. The 2 on each side,
Okay.
they follow each other. So they're different in the way that they fire, and it's goofy. Anyway, the Subaru, they're 180 out. Like it fascinates me the process of figuring out what's going to be the most efficient way. So essentially, I've got to do some more research, but essentially it could be a flat plane crank in a boxer engine because the pistons are exactly 180 degrees out. So yeah, I mean, it would essentially be a flat plane crank because they're moving opposite each other all the time. Really cool stuff. Really fascinating stuff to me.
So, again, grilling you a little bit about this vehicle.
Okay.
You're a tinkerer.
Yeah.
You're a modifier. You work in auto parts.
Uh-huh.
Got any plans already?
I would be lying if I said no. I would also be putting my life in jeopardy if I said yes.
Nothing concrete.
So,
you've got inklings of ideas.
Yeah, I mean, always with
Right.
anything that I drive. Like I've got ideas for my wife's Pilot, you
Right.
know. So
we alluded to a little bit of that last week.
yeah.
Which I still maintain would be fun.
Blast of a rig.
Yes.
Absolute blast. No, but yes, there are thoughts. There are some things that I will be looking into.
Yeah. All in the sake of fuel efficiency and safety, correct?
No. Not at all. I won't even.
Emily, you can turn this off right now. No.
I won't even try and
Masquerade
say
it
that's
as
the
that.
case.
No.
He's not a sponsor at all. It would be phenomenal if he was. But if you have an opportunity, go check out Smith Performance.
Yep.
It's a guy who, and I'm going to get this wrong, he is closely affiliated with the Factory 5 guys who do the replicas of the Shelby Cobras, the Shelby Daytonas, some of those vehicles, and they've got some one-off original stuff that's Factory 5 specific. I believe the guy who owns Factory 5 is the brother of the guy who does Smith Performance. I think that's the way that they're tied together. The Smith Performance does these things called Ute kits.
Yes.
And yeah, you're lighting up over there. He just so happens to have a Ute kit.
Yeah, that's never going to happen for you.
For the 02 to 07 Subaru Impreza. I think it looks incredible.
I would agree.
Roll bar with lights.
So for the uninitiated,
A little
Matt,
lift kit. Some all-terrain tires.
For the uninitiated,
Mud flaps.
What is a Ute in regards to vehicles and
A Ute would be a it's a pickup.
Yep.
I mean it's my understanding is the Australians' way of saying pickup.
right.
They actually have Holden makes or made. May they rest in peace.
Moment of silence. Where's that button?
Yes, where's that button? Okay,
That's enough.
The Maloo.
Yes, the Maloo.
The Maloo. And it was based on the G8. Same.
Well, the G8 was based on that. Yes.
Yeah, same platform,
And,
same.
Oh my goodness! All the gearheads from across the U.S. that had any inclination that this was a possibility were holding their collective breaths, me included, to think of a Pontiac G8
ST.
Yes,
That's. I mean, it was
as basically a truck. It was a 2-door. Basically, from the front doors forward, it was the same vehicle. Everything back was truck.
Was pickup.
And the gearhead community already knows no weight over a rear tires of a lightweight vehicle equals tons of fun
with
when
a 6-liter
6.2
liter V8 under the hood, and already a 6-speed manual made it to it. So yeah, it would have been incredible. It would have been a blast. I think this was when Pontiac,
may they rest in peace,
was still around making cars back 2006, 2007, 2008, right in there. I think I'll have to dig it out. I think I still have either the Motor Trend or Car and Driver issue that has the G8 ST Sport Truck on the front cover. I'm going to have to dig that out.
Man.
So I would love to do a Ute kit.
Yes. Never going to happen. I can tell you that right now. It's never going to happen.
Probably not.
I totally support it. So, maybe when I have my 02 Camaro SS 35th anniversary Camaro, you can convert your Subi into a Ute, and then
I'm pretty sure that
we'll both be happy.
I'm pretty sure that my Impreza Subi Ute is much more likely than your Camaro C28. Just saying.
We shall see. Time will tell.
If Garage Talk pays for it,
technically
it's not ours, right?
Right.
So there you go. You heard it here. Reason number 375 to support Garage Talk.
If you go to patreon.com/GT Garage Talk, you can make our dreams come true.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, Matt. I agree.
Yeah.
With this change.
Yeah.
In your vehicle status, I think you will be happier. I think you will miss it incredibly. It's still sitting in my driveway, right.
And I'm already missing my truck.
I still miss my truck, and I got rid of it when was that? In 2012.
Yeah.
So I am 8 years removed from my last truck, and I still miss it. And like I said, I see it around town. That does not help. So I totally feel you on that one. But as someone who daily drives a small four-door car with manual transmission, I think you'll have fun with it.
Absolutely.
Especially that one, the all-wheel drive. There's going to be some fun to be had in that one. It'll be interesting to see.
I have a bone to pick with Smith County, though.
Oh, yeah?
There are no dirt roads in this county. I got to find some dirt roads. If you know of any dirt roads,
I can help you find some.
Within 50 miles of Tyler, Texas, message me.
Yes. Do a little rallycross.
Absolutely.
Yes. It was fun when I had my truck, and a good mutual friend of both of ours, Andy, had his truck. There were several calls in both directions, having to bail one another out. So my crews can't pull you out of any situation on a dirt road. I'm going to let you know that right now. It'll be interesting to see if I get any calls of ill effects of stupid behavior.
I'll probably call you before I go do stupid stuff so you can go with me.
All right. I approve.
Does that work?
Yes. We'll keep that information quiet from the powers that would keep us from it. But that is all for us this week. We've got a good show for you next week. You'll just have to stay tuned and find out what we're talking about next week. But it's future products across the automotive world. But for us here at Garage Talk, that is all for this week. You can find out what we're doing and what we're into by liking us and following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at GT Garage Talk. Or you can head over to our website, gtgaragetalk.com. You find out more about us as your host, and you can find out about the latest automotive news, and all that is for you on gtgaragetalk.com.
And check out our YouTube page also. I promise I'll have some more stuff up soon.
Yes, and we've got some big events coming up that I don't want to spoil yet. But we've got some big stuff coming up with some original content. We have not forgotten you, YouTube faithful, but we're looking forward to some really big things here for Garage Talk. But until next time, bye. Hey Gearheads, Corey here. If you like that discussion between Matt and I and would like to hear more, even a blooper or two from our recording, head over to patreon.com/GTGarageTalk. Sign up for our 1LT Camaro tier and you will be granted early access to unedited episodes. You'll hear everything that goes into Matt and I making a recording of Garage Talk. If that's not enough, browse through our many other tiers and see what perks come with each level. We appreciate all of you, and we thank you for listening.